Anniversary of Gianni at 6:15 p.m. April 30th. I don't know how many times I got to say this, but here's another key point. So one, whoever's overseeing this clearly a criminal, or more than criminally negligent, or psychotic, or a mix. But if you look at what's been going on, you'll see these people have been relying on investigators who are known manufacturers, known liars, known betting manipulators, known criminals. And these investigators still have a job, even after years of manufacturing evidence, tampering with evidence, betting manipulation, lying, etc., etc., and they still have a job. So whoever's overseeing this is criminally negligent or just a fucking criminal and a liar with zero credibility or mentally disturbed or, just a fucking criminal with zero credibility. Then their system of telepathy. They're not using it for truth. They're not using it for communication. They're using it for manipulation, manufacturing, misrepresentation, betting manipulation, and theft. I've said these things numerous times over the years. I'm just saying it in a different form. But yes, it's a tried and true failed system, and whoever's overseeing this is still relying on this failed, tried and true system. This system has been proven year after year after year, over and over again, to be a failure, whatever this is, and they're holding people hostage with this tech, but they're using it for misrepresentation, manufacturing, manipulation, theft, and betting manipulation. They turn it on and off. They'll make bets with the mind, for example, and turn communications on and off and pretend people are aware of things that they aren't and try to manipulate some bet. Granted, they're also using it for a hostage scenario, but whatever their system, whatever this telepathy is they're relying on, it's always being manufactured, it's always being manipulated, it's always being misrepresented, and they're always using it for IP theft, data theft, and more. So it should tell you whoever's overseeing this has psychiatric illness, is just more than criminally negligent, or is just a fucking liar and a criminal with zero credibility. As well as the people overseeing their investigation company, either a fucking criminal with zero credibility or criminally fucking negligent and retarded. Because these people should have been in prison a long time. There's people who should have been in prison years ago. There's investigators who should have been fired years ago. There's telepathy operators who should have been fired years ago, whatever, or thrown in prison. I don't even know. Some people pretend like there's some company in Dubai. It's really a criminal enterprise. But either way, if there are people who know about this, their telepathy system is not about truth. It's not about communication. It's about manipulation, manufacturing, misrepresentation, and just trying to use it to carry out illegal agendas and fulfill illegal agendas, as well as theft and betting manipulation. Then their investigators are tried and true criminals and liars too, and they're just using them for manipulation, manufacturing, robbing people, and betting manipulation. So there's all sorts of communities of people involved with whatever I'm a victim of who need to go behind bars. This idea ring where they steal my IP and data and pretend it's theirs. Their betting ring where they steal my ideas and data and pretend it's theirs. I was telling my mom earlier, a piece of this is the smartest kid in the world, Jazz, whatever the fuck that is. But supposedly I'm supposed to be paid for data and ideas or something, and there's people who tried to murder me for some idea spot. And that's a piece of this. And then what they're doing is they're running multiple gambling rings around me, and they tried to make me a betting mule, or they have me as one illegally. And they're using multiple gambling rings with weapons and technology, this mind-melding tech, implantation weaponry, these neurophysiological weapons, and they're using these gambling rings to assault me all day and manipulate bets, but they're also using it for aggravated assault and robbery. Then they're also using it for other illegal agendas related to this Illuminati president jazz. So that's a piece of this too. But another piece of it is they created these gambling rings to hold me hostage while they're stealing IP and data. And so they use these gamblers and they use these betting manipulators to assault me, steal IP and data, and then they take my IP and data, and I guess they send it to Dubai or somewhere, or Dallas or Connecticut or New York, and they sell my ideas and data illegally in some idea ring. But that's a key piece of this. So they use the tech. They also use these science guys, these guys who pretend to be scientists. They use them to use the tech, but they use it for betting manipulation, assault, IP theft. They use new age investigators, but they're really betting manipulators too, and they use the tech for betting manipulation. And then also IP theft and data theft. What else do they got? They got a bunch of different betting manipulation tech. They use movie people who also use this tech, but they're also betting manipulators and use the tech to manipulate bets. They claim a lot of them like to pretend to be human programmers, but they're really neurophysiological weapons, torturers and murderers, and thieves, and people involved with the covert, aggravated assault and robbery, and they disguise themselves as people making a movie or human programmers, people being investigators or researchers, but they're really these betting, manipulating terrorists involved with IP theft, data theft, and economic espionage. And then they use these gambling rings to have an excuse to stalk me, assault me, and steal IP and data for some other game where they're stealing my IP and data and selling it illegally, related to the smartest kid in the world thing. And then they're pretending their children are that guy when it's really me, and they actually created these gambling rings to try to murder me with them. And that's a piece of this too. So when are these people going to prison, and how the hell are they not behind bars? Praise Jesus.